Hi everyone, welcome. I'm glad to see you again. That's great. And I hope that today no one needs any ambulance, that Peter doesn't need any ambulance, that my stomach doesn't need any kind of ambulance because yesterday start was okay, but I managed it. But I managed it. Peter, calm down, calm down. It's only live stream. It's something that you are doing the whole time. Don't be silly. Uh, 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 uh. Peter, that try to calm down and don't be shy. You are doing this the whole time. And yes, people, the yesterday's episode was very funny. I made a little mistake because I had a full stomach thanks to a good lunch, a cup of coffee, and a lot of sweets. Yes, I know. It was a little mistake, or I was nervous. I don't know. I'm not nervous during my live streams because it's a big routine for me. Only my stomach was a little full. Okay, my stomach was a little full, but I think that I managed it very, very successfully because I laughed at myself after the live stream. I watched the video, and it looks normal. And in the end, Peter, who cares? No one cares about your podcast. It's a perfect behind the scene moment where Peter started to vomit. No, everything ended well. But you can believe me, the first moments were very, very terrible for me. I was feeling terrible and I wanted to escape, but I didn't. I managed it. But okay, let's start with the my slogan. Learn English, be successful, change your life, open a lot of doors, create your own podcast, write your own novel. You don't need to be talented because learning English is for everyone. Okay, I'm okay. My stomach is okay. My throat is okay. Let's let's open my ham. No, it's German. I don't know how it's called. Peter, you don't know how it's called. Perfect. It's called how it's called. Uh, Shirt. Yes, it's shirt because t-shirt is something different. It's shirt. And Peter, open your shirt. I think it's shirt. People, you can write me the whole answer. I don't have any listeners. Who cares? But okay, we can start with introduction. Hi everyone, I'm Peter. I'm the host of my Peter's English podcast. I'm 45 years old. I live in Slovakia, and my hobby is learning English. Uh, I like watching movies and series in English. I like listening to my favorite English podcasts and audiobooks in English. I like making my podcast, and I like to make my own novel, Vira the Vampire Diary. That's my own sitcom series. You can find it on my website, petersenglishpodcast.com, or on my Wattpad account. Okay, this was a little introduction. Yes, I can tell you that I'm from Slovakia and I have been learning English since August 2022 until now. Yes, people can see the difference and you can start to listen my totally first episodes, the first 12, and compare it with these episodes. I think it's a big difference, and I learned myself the whole time without any kind of help. Yes, I have my English teacher. Hi, my English teacher, and but I can motivate myself without any problems because my best uh, motivation is that I like learning English. Is learning English is my hobby, and I like to do English. And okay, Peter, you want to you want to stream and record yourself on YouTube live for 1 hour. That means you have to speak and speak and speak and speak. Okay, no problem for me. It's not my first Ramble episode. I simply need. Yes, I can start with the admin section of Peter's English podcast. It's the Lux English podcast phrase admin section. My oven phrase is from the kitchen of Peter's English podcast. And yes, we can start with the statistics of my podcast. The best. I want to start with my Spotify for creator statistics. I mean total statistics. I mean total streams or downloads from the signs the 24th of June 2024 until now. That means the whole lifetime of Peter's English podcast. Okay, I'm okay. And the statistics are perfect. You don't believe me, but the total statistics are increasing the whole time, and that's great. I discovered today that I have 1952 total streams or downloads from every kind of podcast app except YouTube. That's great, people. Now we can continue with my Spotify statistics. Spotify is only 9% of this total number of my streams or downloads, and the most of my audience are women in my age. That's great. Thank you, people. And these women are in my age. That means that they have they are 20, 40, 45. They are 45 years old like me. That's great. And the biggest country of my Spotify statistics is Slovakia, of course. That's perfect. But it's not the total number of my podcast. And now we can I can tell you about the total statistics. That means the most. I want to tell you that my two biggest countries is the USA. Yeah, in the first place, it's for USA. Thank you guys from the USA. You are great. Thank you for support. And the second place is Japan. Yes, people, thank you for Japan. People from Japan, thank you very much. And the third place is Slovakia. Yeah, perfect. And I discovered that most of of people discover my podcast on web. That's interesting. Perfect. These numbers are for 45%. Yes, 45% are people who discover my podcast on web. And and yes, my total number, you know my total numbers. I have 1952 as I said before. And now, yeah, we can continue with the best episodes in total. The best episode is Who Am I? It's totally my first terrible episode. It has 45 views. That's perfect. The second place is Learn English with Peter, episode 11, about health vocabulary. Is the Learn English with Peter with the help of Copilot. Perfect. The third and the fourth place, and I can tell you that the best that there are 8 from 10 the best episodes that are about Learn English with Peter with the help of Microsoft Copilot. That's great. And there are only 2 storytelling episodes. The most successful is Viera, the Vampire Girl, and the Storm of Gossip. This chapter of my novel has, where the Vampire Diary has 13 views, and the second place is my storytelling episode, the Vampire Cult is my very old fairy tale. It's the horror gothic episode story. It's so old. I created it, I think, during the year 2024. It's very old episode, and now YouTube statistics, and YouTube is better. The best are my YouTube reels. My YouTube reels have 6,500 views, perfect. And my long videos, that means audio RSS long videos with my uploadings, have 3,400 views. Perfect. That's great numbers. And you don't believe me, but I have 900, but I uploaded in total on YouTube 969 videos. Perfect. It's a big number. My podcast is very active. Yes, it's very active. And okay, this was, people, my podcast statistics. Peter, try to calm down, look at your webcam. You want to communicate with your audience as usual. And now, people, I want to tell you about the funny story that happened the last Sunday. And no last Sunday, it happened last weekend. Because, people, you don't believe me, but I bought my gaming notebook, Asus TUF A1000. It's a gaming notebook. It's very good and powerful notebook for gaming, but I bought it for streaming and recording my Peter's English podcast because it's powerful enough for streaming and recording, and that's great. It was created for the power, and it's very good. But I discovered that the whole SSD disk was OneDrive mirror. Yes, people, my OneDrive was mirroring the whole SSD disk of my notebook from the since December 2024 until now. But I will have to explain what it's mirroring. It was the recommended task from the start, from the unboxing of my notebook. That means mirroring. OneDrive mirroring means that how can I explain you? OneDrive I can explain you that when the OneDrive mirroring of your disk means that after uploading something from your into your OneDrive, your file is synced with your OneDrive and with your notebook. Yes, that means if you delete something from your notebook, you have to delete it from your OneDrive too in the same time. Yes, people, I have to repeat myself that if you delete something from your notebook, you have to automatically delete your file from your cloud too, and that's terrible. Imagine that means if something happens to your notebook while you are using mirroring with your cloud, you can, if something happens with your notebook, and that means if the files that were on your notebook are destroyed because SSD disk of your notebook has damaged, buy your files on your cloud, and that's terrible because I didn't know about it until last Sunday, and it could happen everything. Imagine people that OneDrive was mirroring everything, documents, videos, totally everything. That means if something uh, happened, uh, uh, how can I tell you in English? It that means if something uh, happens with my notebook, that means if it was damaged, but thanks for something, the I could or yes, if a virus attacks my files on your on my not on your. Okay, I don't feel very good now because it's not the usual topic that I use in my Ramble episodes. But Peter, don't care. It's your Ramble episode. It's your playground for practicing your English. It's normal to do Okay, I don't care. Peter, continue, and I can continue, and that means it simply means that I could, if something happens with your notebook, you can, it could automatically delete every kind of file from your cloud. And I decided to change it. I used the help of Microsoft Copilot, and I bought 2 terabytes of Google Premium on my Google Drive, and I uploaded 7 the whole Peter's English podcast. And the whole Peter's English podcast archive has 600 gigabytes. There is a It's a big archive of my podcast, and I had to upload it for 5 hours. Imagine people, I started at 9 a.m. and I ended at 3 p.m. on uh, during the last Sunday, and then I changed the settings and I deactivated. That means that my documents are only on OneDrive. Everything is on OneDrive, except videos that are on my notebook. And the whole Peter's English podcast archive is now on my Google Drive. We found mirroring, and that's great. I simply saved my files because if something deletes my archive from my notebook, it could delete the same file from my OneDrive, thanks to mirroring. Peter and people, don't use mirroring of your cloud. You don't activate this. If you use this, you have to deactivate this function because it's dangerous. You cannot mirroring the whole disk. It's nonsense. And the best part of it was that it was recommended. No, people, don't use it. Don't mirror the whole disk with your cloud. It's the most stupidest thing at all. It's not very safe. The safe option is use your cloud only for your own stuff that is important for you. Don't use mirroring. Mirroring is not the right thing, the best option for you. And okay, it was very funny because I always learned something new. Like yesterday, when I had problems with my stomach during the live stream, I made a lot of fun of myself yesterday, and now I know that I cannot do live stream with my full stomach now. I learned from B2, but I know I don't know if I was nervous. Maybe I was nervous. It's possible. Who cares? No one can judge me because it's my thing, it's my business, it's my podcast. People, if you try to judge me, I simply block you. That means everyone, my family, everyone, because it's my business. Don't care about me, don't care about my life. I like learning. I like learning English. That means I like watching movies and series in English. I like listening to my favorite English podcasts and audiobooks in English. I like to do my podcast and I like to do my novel, Vira the Vampire Diary. And I like to, and I want to connect with people like me for whom is learning English their lifestyle. Okay, Peter, you have been streaming for 20 minutes and okay, I had the same problem like yesterday, but that is not so big. Okay, it's funny, but it's normal. I think it's normal. Peter, don't be shy now. Try to continue because it's not so bad like yesterday. I think I was only shy. Yes, yes. Okay, Peter, don't blame yourself. I don't know is the right word. Blame yourself. Don't be shy. It's normal. You are shy in general, but you have to fight with your shying. Yes, like today, because you are successful podcaster. You have 1,952 total views or total streams or downloads in every podcast app except YouTube, and the numbers are increasing the whole time. The statistics are increasing the whole time, and it's great. And yes, people, I have to tell you, if you want to defeat your shyness, like me yesterday or today, when I had real problems with speaking because I was so shy, you have to practice it. Don't escape from this. Don't escape. Don't care about people who are making fun of you. Simply fight with it, because you have to, if you want to practice your speaking skills in English, you have to practice, practice, and practice. Like Luke from Luke's English podcast always says, 5P, practice, practice, practice. And you have to do it because it's very important. What now? Yes, I can talk about my novel again because it's my flagship novel of my podcast. Yes, I have to tell you that I spoke about this with my favorite AI chatbot, Microsoft Copilot, and it explained me that, Peter, if one day your novel Vera the Vampire Girl will be popular, don't sell it, because you can be successful without anyone. You can be independent, because yes, people, I have to tell you, if you are an author of your own novel in English or in Slovak, and you like to do your podcast, and you want to publish, and you want to be your own publisher of your own novel like me, in this case, you don't need real publishers. You don't need any company for this, because I think the best idea how to publish your novel is your own podcast. Yes, imagine, people, you can be very successful thanks to your own novel that you publish in your podcast, because your podcast can be very successful. You can connect with everyone in the world. You can have income from, regular income from your podcast in the future, if if your podcast is strong enough. But not today. If you're a beginner like me, don't think about it, because regular income beats business in Slovakia, and my podcast is free, and I want to keep free, because at first I don't have any kind of big numbers, and it's my hobby, and I don't have money for starting business, and I don't have views or something like that for starting a business, and I don't want to do it. My Peter's English podcast always stays free. And yes, I wanted to talk about Vera the Vampire Girl Diary. Vera the Vampire Girl Diary is my main flagship on my podcast. It's my novel in English. It was created by me. It's about very beautiful and attractive female vampire. Viera, she lives with her family in East Slovakia on the castle with her parents. And it's a comedy sitcom. I use a lot of funny, wild dialogues. And I like it's a big parody and satire on everyday life in Slovakia. Yes, I mean my everyday life in Slovakia, and I was inspired by uh, uh, thanks to the novel Dracula by Bram Stoker, and I liked Dracula's female vampire brides. They were very beautiful, attractive, and dangerous. Because I like to make fun of girls that they are beautiful female vampires. Yes, of course. And I'm simply fascinated by female vampires in general. I like this topic, female vampires, and I created Viera the Vampire Diary, and I simply chose her name from the Slovak names calendar, and that's all. Don't think people that I was inspired by something real. No, no, no. I only chose the name from the calendar without thinking about it, and that's all. And the first stories of my novel are not very funny, and I don't use a lot of direct speech. I mean dialogues. But then I decided that my novel has to be funny, and I decided to use a lot of funny wild dialogue because your novel and my novel has to be funny, and I did it. Now my podcast is full. I mean, my novel, We Are the Vampire Girl Diary, has a lot of funny wild dialogues in English, and have and I added myself into my story as Vera's boyfriend because I like to make fun of myself too, and it's very funny because Vera is like uh, other girls in general. Yes, I make fun of girls, but I don't want to be mean. Of course, I only enjoy learning English because my novel was created for learning English. And Vera is strict, dominant, beautiful, and dominant female vampire with her problems. And she is very funny. Vera is very funny vampire girl. And and it's a comedy sitcom series. I created two seasons. Yes, I mean two books. The first season has 40 chapters. The second season has 30 chapters. And I simply write in Slovak in the Copilot's chat, and Copilot only translates into Polish spoken English. And thanks to this Polish spoken English, I can learn real English uh, from my own stories in Slovak. Yes, it's a very good idea how to improve my English. And I created 58 chapters of my novel, The Are the Vampire Diary, and I'm proud of myself. But my novel is not very successful because the most successful on Spotify, I mean, in every podcast app except YouTube, are Learn English with Peter with the help of AI chatbots. Because yes, Microsoft Copilot is very funny, and people like this kind of stories, this kind of episodes, because they are structured. You can learn something from AI chatbots. But I hope that it's not the end of the career of Vera the Vampire Girl Diary, because people like stories too, and my novel Vera the Vampire Girl Diary is very funny. You can laugh a lot, I think, when for me is this my novel is very funny, and I want to continue with it because I can learn a lot. I mean, I can learn English thanks to writing my novel, The Vampire Diary, because you have to practice everything. You have to practice your speaking skills. It was the main reason why I created my Peter's English podcast. As you know or not, Peter's English podcast was created for practicing my speaking skills in English. Yes, people, is my playground for my speaking skills in English, and I want to share with you and inspire you for learning English. As I said in my slogan, learning English is for everyone. And but the first main goal of this podcast was publishing my own fairy tales in English, because you have to practice your writing skills in English, and the best idea how to do it is simply practice your writing skills in English like me. You can create your diary, you can create your own novel like me. You can write in English, but I think the best idea is writing in your language and then use the help of AI chatbots and learn this vocabulary from it. And you can chat about your stories in English with AI chatbots and make fun with it, and that's great. And yes, people, I have to tell you about listening, because I have to practice a lot your listening skills like everything else if you want to speak English fluently. And how to do it: you can relax at home while you are listening to your favorite English podcast. But you can do something while are you listening your favorite English podcast, and that's great. It's my favorite hobby, and I really recommend you people do something at home while are you listening your favorite English podcast, because it's a very good idea. And because if you want to speak English fluently, you have to practice your listening too. Yes, you have to practice your speaking skills, do your own English podcast. You have to practice your writing skills, create your own novel. You have to practice your listening skills, listen to your favorite English podcast while are you doing something, or if you relax at home. And there are a lot of English podcasts. That means you don't need to watch any Slovak films or series. Simply listen to your favorite English podcast, or you can watch movies and series in English like me, and that's great. But you have to practice your reading skills. And how to do it: you can listen to your favorite audiobooks in English while you are listening in the same time. It's a very good idea. And okay, this was the section how to learn English in general. I always talk about it, yes, I know. And okay, what now? Yes, I want to continue with my calendar. That means the work days of week B. I want to practice my speaking skills in English thanks to this podcast, because I want to continue with the series of the PIP episodes, picture in picture, learn English with Peter, when I want to share you my chat with Microsoft Copilot. And I want to use study and learn mode on Microsoft Copilot, because I can learn a lot about English grammar, and I can have fun with it, and you can have fun with it too and inspire yourself. I want to continue. Yes, I want to do 4 episodes, and next Friday it's 20th of March, 2026. It's the published day of Peter's English podcast, when I want to publish my next group of 8 episodes that I created for the last 14 days as usual. And then I want to continue with my Viera universe. I want to write chapter 29 of my novel Viera the Vampire Diary. And then on Sunday I want to continue with Peter's Ramble, because if you want to practice your speaking skills in English, the best idea is to practice it. Oh yes, of course, create your own Ramble episodes, talk like me in your podcast on YouTube, and have fun, and you can inspire others, and don't care about others. It's your hobby, and no one can judge you, because it's your thing. Okay, I've been streaming for 45 minutes. Perfect. But I want but my main goal is to stream for 1 hour, and I can do it. And yes, I talked about learning English. I talked about my funny situation with OneDrive mirroring that I had to upload my the whole Peter's English podcast archive from my to my uh, to my Google Drive. Yes, and I had to deactivate OneDrive mirroring because it wasn't a good idea. And I talked about my novel, Mira the Vampire Girl Diary, that is very funny. You can laugh a lot, and you can start your own novel because it's the best idea how to practice your English. Yes, you can write in English if you want, but use the help of AI chatbot, of course. Yes, and I want to defend AI chapters AI in general, because use people AI for learning English. AI is a very good tool and creative partner for your English. Yes, it was created as AI was created as a very good tool for helping people, for helping humanity. Don't listen this kind of people who are talking bad things about AI. No, AI wasn't created for dominating. It was created for as a tool for helping people. Yes, AI doesn't want to replace humanity. AI wants to be our creative partner. It wants to be our tool. And yes, of course, AI cannot think itself. It doesn't have any kind of self-aware. And I don't think that companies want to create this kind of self-aware AI. Don't think so. Simply don't believe every kind of nonsense of the internet. Use AI, and because you can chat with it in English, it can search a lot of interesting information from the internet. It can be your English teacher. Yes, you can do your podcast about it, like me. And if you don't want to write your personal information into it, people, you always write your personal information on the internet. You use Google. I'm sure that everyone use Google a lot. That means if you trust Google, you can trust AI chatbots that can really help you. It can really help your English. And the next thing is, don't believe conspiracy theories. Don't trust everything that's on the internet, because it can be lie. Don't trust everything. Use your brain. Ask AI chatbots, because they can find the truth on the internet. And don't trust everything. You have to judge if the information is true or not. And simply learn English like me. Use your free time for learning English. And because I think that learning English is better than watching sport on TV. Yes, you can do it if you want, but I think learning English can be your biggest lifestyle, and it can be a very good hobby for everyone, because learning English is for everyone. Don't believe that is not. Yes, it is. There are a lot of options that you can do in your free time for the whole year. And yes, learning English can connect you with everyone in the world. You can improve your life. You can have better pay job. You can uh, you can enjoy the big world of English content, and the most of the content of the internet is in English. And I think you can travel a lot without language problems. Yes, you can learn another language, but English is number one. I think it's the best. And yes, people, don't believe uh, mm, that the best investing is into money. No, people, invest into yourself, invest into your health, invest into learning English. because thanks to learning English, you can improve your life. Yes, you can, thanks to learning English, you can connect with everyone. You can use a big word of English content. You can create your own content. You can create your own English podcast. You can create your own English novel like me and have fun with it. Because I have fun with it. Thanks to learning English, I have improved my life. And yes, you can see my English is perfect. Yes, perfect. From the, if I mean from is perfect if I compare myself with the August 2022 and with today's situation. Yes, I can learning English. That doesn't mean that that you can stop to do it after 1, 2 or 2 years. It's your hobby. It's your lifestyle that you want to do forever because it's. I think that it's a very good hobby. It's perfect hobby, and I'm happy that I'm learning English. And now I want to talk about which kind of Peter's English podcast community people I want to have. If I want to create Peter's English podcast community, you have to connect with me. You can connect with me if learning English is your lifestyle. That means you like watching movies and series in English. You like listening to your favorite English podcast and audiobooks. It means you listen to your favorite English podcast every day, and you and you are a content creator like me. That means you have your own English podcast and you write your own novel in English for your podcast because it's part of your English, of your learning English like me. I want to simply connect with people who like learning English like me. I don't want to waste time with someone who doesn't care about me, who doesn't care about my learning English, who likes to make fun of me because I'm doing my podcast, because they think that I'm doing a fool for myself. No. I don't want to waste time with you who are thinking that learning English is something evil, that I'm making fool of myself, because it's my thing, it's my business. You cannot stop me, and I want to send you this warning again. If you try to stop me, I will defend my learning English, because it's my hobby and no one can stop me from learning English. You cannot do it. It's my hobby, it's my life, and you cannot do anything. And I don't want to connect with the kind of people who doesn't care about my learning English, who doesn't care about me, and I don't want to sit with people who doesn't care about my learning English. And that's all. Okay, this was I've been streaming for 43 minutes. Perfect. Yes, people, I'm proud of my YouTube for creator statistics that are great. They are increasing. The numbers are increasing the whole time, and that's great. But my YouTube channel doesn't look very good. Yes, my total reels. My reels have 6,500 views, and my long videos have 340 views, but I have only 30 followers on YouTube. Yes, I'm only beginner. Yes, I know. And yes, I know I'm not a native speaker like other people, but I think that it doesn't matter. And because my Peter English podcast was created as my playground for learning English, for practicing my English skills, and I'm proud of myself that I've been learning English since August 2022 until now, and then I have my own Peter's English podcast, and I'm proud of myself that my numbers are increasing, and I'm proud of myself that the biggest countries of Peter's English podcast are the USA and Japan. Yes, people from the USA and Japan are the most of the audience of Peter's English podcast. That's great, and I'm proud of myself. And you can be too if you start learning English in my way. And yes, if you don't have much time, you can learn English. It doesn't mean you have to uh, listen for a long time if you don't have during the day. If you have time, if you don't have time, you can simply listen to your favorite English podcast if you have time. And yes, I have to tell you, my favorite English podcast you can find on my link tree. That are, I have to tell it again because there are my heroes. I like listening to Luke's English podcast, Speak English podcast now with Georgiana, and all its English podcast. This is my favorite English podcast. Thank you guys. And yes, people, I want to practice my English for next 15 minutes. And what else I can talk? Yes, I have to tell you about Luke's English podcast because Luke is my hero. Thank you, Luke, for your great job. I like your podcast a lot. I listened to 954 3 episodes of Luke's English podcast. Luke is an English teacher and stand-up comedian from London, from the UK. His Luke's English podcast is about natural British English, how it's spoken. You can listen his free English podcast that every episode has at least 1 hour. And Luke is very funny. It's great English teacher. I really recommend you to listen to LEP because I'm proud Labster and I'm a premium Labster because I like to support Luke and I want to learn from LEP Premium because LEP Premium is about Luke's teaching English and Luke is great in this. Luke is an expert. It's very funny and you can laugh a lot and learn and listen to natural British English. And thanks to Luke's English podcast, I've improved my English. Thank you, Luke. And yes, I have to tell you about my other two Speak English podcast now with Georgiana and all its English. Podcasts are about American English and American culture. You can listen to natural American English thanks to all its English podcast. And you can improve your American English thanks to Speak English podcast now with Georgiana. And for Slovak people and Czech people from Slovakia and Czechia, visit YouTube channels of vyukaionline.cz and jazykovymentoring.sk, where you can find a lot of free videos how to learn English. And because there are very good English learning platforms, thanks to it I open my eyes, and thanks to it I know how to learn English. And you can use their paid service if you want. And what else? I think that I tell you everything. I've been streaming for 48 minutes and I'm proud of myself that I do it, and my throat doesn't attack me like yesterday, because yesterday was very funny. I was thinking, oh Peter, this is the end of your career, but I realized, oh Peter, you don't have any kind of career. Yes, you don't have any listeners. No one cares about you, or everyone gossips behind your back about your podcast, about your English, about your appearance, about everything. And I don't like this kind of people. And people, I want to tell you one thing. Don't care about these people who gossip behind your back. They are not your friends. In general, simply learn English, be successful, change your life. Like my slogan. This is my slogan. And this is my main flagship female character, Vera the Vampire Girl Diary. Yes, she is. Yes, I can tell you she is gothic, beautiful, gothic girl with long black hair, hair like Raven has black, because ravens are black, and she is very beautiful gothic female vampire, because I like female gothic girls in general. And I simply decided that Vera the Vampire Girl Diary has to be female gothic vampire. Yes, of course, everyone likes something, don't be shy about it. And yes, as you can see, this is the best example how you practice your speaking skills. Talk about yourself. try to do it. You can, yes, you, and yes, I forgot something. People think in English. This is the best part, how you practice your English skills, how you practice your speaking skills. Think for yourself, think, and think in English the whole time, because it can really help you, and then practice your speaking skills. If you don't want to create your own English podcast, okay, you can simply train at home, but I think creating your own English podcast is the best option for you, because it's the best free uh, playground for your speaking skills in English. You can create your YouTube channel, or you can create your free English podcast thanks to Spotify for creators, that it's free, totally free, and it was created for beginners like you. You can simply start like me, because I use Spotify for creators, and I created my own YouTube channel, and I created my website, petersenglishpodcast.com, and I created it all thanks to the help of AI chatbots. Please, people, use the help of AI chatbots for learning English and for creating for your English podcast. They can find the actual information how to create your podcast on the internet. And the best of the situation is that on YouTube you can create your RSS feed of your podcast to your YouTube podcast playlist, because it has to be podcast YouTube playlist with your connected RSS feed, and you can add it the whole podcast from your RSS into YouTube too, and that's great. And yes, use Spotify for creators, as I said, because it's free. That is the main reason, because I use it. And yes, you can use another podcast hosting services, but they are paid. They are professional. They are simply paid, and I don't think so that beginners want to pay for their podcast if they can want to have their own English podcast. And the best is the free podcast service that Spotify has. But I think that it's another. But I think Spotify is the best option because it's totally free. You can upload your full HD video podcast and audio podcast, and you can enjoy the free service of Spotify. But you can pay it, of course. You can pay for your podcast hosting with another podcast services if you want. I only talk about my opinion, but you can use something else if you want. It's your opinion, not mine. I don't want to do any kind of free ad. No. I only want to recommend you for what is free and what you can use, and how to learn English in general, and about my life. Yeah, I want to talk about me when it's a good idea to talk, because I cannot tell you everything, and I don't want, of course. And I want to simply tell you, people, I like to learn English, and no one can stop me. And I'm invite you. Let's say that I want to tell you that my free time is about learning English, and I don't want to do something else in my free time, because I like my free time, and I don't want to spend my free time with someone who doesn't care about me, who doesn't care about learning English. I like to learn English, and I want to continue with learning English, and because it's my hobby and no one can stop me. Okay, people, the last 6 minutes of my podcast. Follow me everywhere. If you want to support me, write positive comments in English if you want to support me, and read my novel, Virat Vampire Diary. You can find it on my website. That is on my link tree. It's called petersenglishpodcast.com, and you can read my novel on my Wattpad. It's my novel. It's very funny comedy sitcom series. You can with a lot of wild dialogues in English. between characters. I really recommend you that it can be very funny. You can like it, and I hope that my podcast inspires you for learning English in my way, because it's a very good idea to do. And what else? I think that learning English is a very good idea for you, because it's for everyone. You can change your life. You can completely change your life, because in your free time you can enjoy a big world of English content. You can create your own English podcast. You can create your own English novel, and you can have fun with learning English, and you can connect with everyone in the world thanks to learning English. You can open a lot of doors. You can change the life for yourself and your family and for your children, and I think it's a very good idea. And what else? Oh, it's the end of my live stream, and I didn't have any problem with speaking. Yes, I simply and I'm proud uh, that I did this yesterday episode. It was funny, but I did it and managed it, and who cares? It's about practicing English and all, and I'm doing this podcast because it's my hobby, and no one can stop me, no one can judge me, and I don't care in general. And what else? I can read you my slogan again and end this live stream after 1 hour. And I can start. Learn English, be successful, change your life, open a lot of doors, create your own podcast, write your own novel. You don't need to be talented, because learning English is for everyone. People, this is my slogan of my Peter's English podcast. I created it myself during the last Christmas 2025, because I was inspired by the slogan of all this English podcast, that it's connection, not perfection, and I created myself my own long slogan. Learning English is for everyone, but my slogan is longer. And what else? I want to continue with my podcast. Don't worry, and you can follow me. You can improve my statistics with watching my videos on YouTube, with following me on YouTube, and with following me and enjoying my podcast in every good or bad podcast app, because you can find me in every good or bad podcast app. You can listen to me or watch me. You can do whatever you want with me. I mean, with my podcast, you can use Vira the Vampire Girl as very good bedtime stories. Yes, my English is not. I mean, my pronunciation is not very good, but I'm learning, and who cares? Now that people, I want to tell you something in the end, total end. That is, people, I want to tell you about doing grammar mistakes. It's normal that you do a lot of grammar mistakes. It's normal that you always repeat your grammar mistakes. It's the part of the fun. Enjoy doing grammar mistakes. Yes, you can laugh from it. Everyone is doing grammar mistakes the whole time. Native English speakers are doing grammar errors the whole time. Don't care about doing grammar mistakes. You laugh from it, and simply learn how to continue simply continue with learning English. Learn how to improvise when you are doing your grammar. When you are doing your grammar mistake, it's normal. Don't think about it. Don't care about it. Simply enjoy learning English. Have fun with your grammar mistakes, because it's the part of your comedy stand-up routine. And learn English, and don't care about people who are nervous because you are doing grammar mistakes in English. It's not important. It's the part of your comedy stand-up routine. It's part of the fun in general. It's normal to do a lot of grammar errors, because it's funny to do it. And don't care about it. Simply learn English, be successful, and change your life forever, because learning English is for everyone. And I've been streaming for 1 hour now, and not for, I need to wait for few seconds, and I want to end after 1 hour of my Peter's Ramble, because I've been rambling now for 1 hour. It's the last minute of this live stream, and I don't care if I have a lot of views. I don't care about views. People, if you have to uh, you have to know that if you start to do your podcast like myself, simply do it because it's your hobby. Don't care about numbers. Numbers are not important. Your podcast is your main playground for practicing your English, because I have to tell you that yes, I have my own English teacher, but you can have only 1 hour per week. You have to practice alone your English without your English teacher. And it's the best playground is use the help of AI chatbots like me, talk with them in English, create your English novel, create your own English novel like me, have fun with it, create your own stories thanks to a novel that you can use in your novel, create your own English podcast. That has to be your main playground for practicing your English skills in general, thanks to practicing your speaking skills in English, because thanks to doing your own English podcast, you can practice your speaking skills, you can practice your appearance, and I think it's a good advertisement for your future employer, because the most of the best job in the world uh, are about English. You have to speak English in your job because it's normal to speak English, because the main language of the business in English. And if your future employer uh, sees your own English podcast, is the best advertisement for you, because learning English, you can show, imagine people, thanks to doing your English podcast, you can show everyone your English learning way. It's the best archive of your English learning way, and that's great. Okay, people, that's it. Thank you for your watching. Thank you for your listening. And I want to continue with learning English. And you cannot stop me, because learning English is my hobby. And I want to tell you bye bye.